previously on Spider-Man.
Morbius, stop this bloodlust! I like this life. I am immortal! That sword-swinging biker wants to destroy Morbius.
Why are you protecting him?
Why are you after him? He's got bangs too.
Who are you? Blade. And I want to destroy you.
Blade, no. I turned him into a vampire.
Now you want to save him?
The vampire we've been chasing. The result of an experiment with a machine, the Neogenic Recombinator.
That machine, I have to destroy it.
I'm not finished with you.
Then book me or let me go.
Fine. Remember, I'm watching you.
You've underestimated my powers, and thanks to the Recombinator, the whole world will become vampires!
You've got a lot to learn about catching vampires. Stay alert, web slinger! It's gonna be a long night!
And here we go.
It's the comic book bullies.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
It's the comic book bullies.
You will bow down before me!
It's the comic book bullies.
Now I am the master.
It's the comic book bullies. It's the comic book bullies.
Okay, this is the comic book bullies, and we had a little technical difficulties at the very beginning, so we're just going to start the podcast somewhere closer towards the beginning where I'm just doing like a long rant. Sorry about that. We'll pick up from there, and we'll just go towards the end.
It was all Leroy's fault.
It was. Blame it on
Do we
2020.
want to introduce ourselves first?
Sure, yeah, let's do it. I'm Leroy, aka the Nightwalker.
This is Eli, the cleaner.
Both bad names, but let's go ahead and start the show. Star Wars number 9. Well, Star Wars Episode 9, Rise of the Skywalker. Blah blah blah. Okay, number 2. Let's see where it is swinging at. It still hadn't done $1 billion yet. Okay. Should I give you a review of what my mom thought about the movie, or should we keep going? Okay, all right. She hated it. Let me go into a little detail about it. So, it was Thursday. She wanted to see Rise of the Skywalker. My brother came with us also because my brother my mom told him she wouldn't cook it tonight. So if you want any food, you're going to eat movie popcorn with us or eat nothing at all. So he just was there with us, you know. So after he ate the popcorn, he fell asleep. So I can't give a review of what my brother thought, you know. Mom was watching the whole time. She kept asking me questions during the movie theater. Like anytime like a new character popped up, like Poe popped up, she was like, "Oh, who is he?" And I had a hard time explaining, like, "Oh, he's a guy." Okay, and you can tell she's not really caring who. Like she checked out from that guy later on. Finn, she didn't even bother asking. Like obviously he's just some black guy just in here who serves no purpose. He's a sidekick, so no reason to explain him. She liked Billy D, but Billy D is old now. So it's just like, you know, it's not like Colt 45 Billy D anymore. You know, this is old man Billy D with a cane. Like he actually need a cane to walk around with now. So I don't know. I don't think she was too happy about that either. Only thing I told her going into the movie was, because here's the thing, she knew nothing about any of these new movies. She knew nothing about the first 2 movies, like Last Jedi, and the other one came out before this one. She wanted to see this because she saw Rise of the Skywalker. So she thought this was the first movie coming back. It's called Rise of the Skywalker. So obviously, Luke Skywalker comes back. Like, nah, he's dead. Well, how'd he die? And then I had to explain it. Well, he transferred his essence to another planet, and I can see the eyes glaze over. Yep, that guy killed him. You know, just keep the shit simple and just move on from there. So basically, we're watching the movie, and here's what, like I said, I didn't go into too much detail asking my mom what she didn't like about the movie, but just reading the body language, I could tell that she wasn't connected with the new characters, basically. You know, I think the only character, except one character, I think she did connect with Kylo Ren. Yeah, because at the end of the movie, that's like the only character's name she remembered, but she didn't remember his name. She could call him Ben. Yeah, that's all she kept calling. Because he's the only character connected with everybody. You know, he's Luke's and Leia's son. I'm sorry. Oh, damn, that's fucked up. Leia and Han's son and Luke's nephew. So since he was like the only person connected with everybody, with Poe's not connected, Finn's not connected, Rey's not even connected. So he was the only one that she kind of attached to in the movie. Rey, the whole time watching the movie, she thought that was Leia's daughter. She didn't know. So when Palpatine was going about, I'm the granddaughter, that's my granddaughter, so like that, she was thinking Palpatine was Leia's father. I guess she completely forgot, cause she loves the old movies, watched them when we were growing up, but apparently she completely forgot the plot point that Luke and Leia's brother sister. So when I told her that Luke Skywalker, Ben Solo was, Darth Vader's grandson, she got confused. She was like, wait, but what about Luke Skywalker? So if he's not Luke Skywalker and it's Han Solo's son, how is he a Skywalker? I'm like, Princess Leia, their brother and sister. Like, oh, okay. So she thinking the whole time, like Palpatine was the grandfather of Rey, and Darth Vader was the grandfather of Ben, and they're like maybe like cousins or something like this, just because Luke and Leia and all this stuff like that. So she completely confused. I had to break it down to later on that Rey is just some person that they just found. Like she wouldn't relate to anybody until we found out in this movie. So she was watching the movie. She said the old movies are better. I don't want to say she hated it. She was like, it was okay, but it didn't compare anything to the old movies. That's all. Prequels, she doesn't know they even exist. So, like, I'm not even just making it up. She really don't know they exist. No, she didn't. Oh yeah, she saw the movie. Like, this is the only one she saw. She actually went out and saw the movie. But here's why she saw the movie, and I didn't realize this to the very end when we were watching it. Halfway when we watching the movie, she's gonna whisper to me, "Where's Baby Yoda?" I'm like, "Oh fuck." I'm like, "Yeah, he's not here." Well, fuck this movie then. So that's when she completely just checked out the movie, when she realized no Baby Yoda was gonna show up, because she saw Baby Yoda, I think on Ellen or something. Yeah, so she just wanted to just see the movie because thinking he was going to be there. Now, he's on I couldn't tell her that he's really on a TV show, because she's really not going to watch a TV show about that. No, you got to wait and go through 9 hours watch it. Like, nah, I'm good. So that's why she hated the movie. She had expectations up to here, and they weren't met. So, Did he at least watch the ones in the 80s? The first ones? Oh, damn. Okay. Well, at least my mom liked the old ones, with young Billy D and Han. So, like, she knew those characters. Like, she remember Han. Luke, like, I could, anytime, I take that back when I saw Lando. Anytime the older characters popped up, she did kind of, like, you could see her paying attention. Like, Luke, Han, Leia, like that. That's when she started paying attention. But when they left the screening and it was just like the new people, she checked out. Even Palpatine, she didn't give two shits about Palpatine. Not even. I had to remind her that he was in the old movie. So was it? Because you got to remember, if you just watch just the prequels, Palpatine shows up like in the last half of the third movie. So if you're not really paying attention, you might forget him. So that's weird. Matter of fact, I don't think they ever even said his name. They never even said Palpatine in the old movies, did they?
No, they just call him the Emperor.
They just call him the Emperor, so they never said Palpatine. So if you watch those movies, they keep hearing Palpatine, 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 Palpatine. You were like, who the fuck is Palpatine? Especially he's only at the beginning and the end of the movie, and that's it. So yeah. So mom didn't like it. Anything I like hearing, like people, because like we're too attached to this stuff, Eli. We can't see the forest for the trees. That's why we have to ask other people sometimes that's not into this stuff.
Oh yeah. Now my dad, like I said, my dad's the same way. He doesn't see any fucking comic book where the super this and the super that and the stupid man and the Spider-Man and this. Yeah, he can't stand any of it. He's got no imagination.
Say this, Eli. This is my second. Like I don't know how many times you've seen it since last time I talked to you. Probably your 10th time seeing anything like that. This is my second time seeing it, okay. And I did catch some things I didn't see the first time that I was pretty interested in. That that really jumped out to me. That kind of told the story. Like for instance, it really jumped out that Rey failed her training at the beginning.
Okay, yeah.
I noticed, but it didn't really just jump out at him. Like they really drive a point home that she failed the training. She wasn't completing the training. The Ben and Han moment, a line I missed. Ben just gonna just look at Han and just go, "Dad." He doesn't say anything, and Han just says, "I know." Yeah. I completely missed that the first time I saw it.
Yeah.
I was gonna go into a little bit more detail about this whole Star Wars thing, but I'm gonna just keep going. But I will say this: I actually did a complete marathon of all the Star Wars movies
Okay.
last weekend. It was very interesting. It was an eye-opening experience to it, like which movies I like, which scenes I like, stuff like that. I will say this. Now, there's a whole debate online between which is the better movie, the prequels and the sequels, things like that. We're not getting into that, Eli. Like I said, we're gonna put Star Wars back in the box before we fight each other and shit like that. I will say this: the sequels are much better made movies. All of them. I mean, Last Jedi, this one, they're better made movies. They're better acted. Uh, the dialogue is a lot better. The scenery, the scenes that are shot are much better. Like you can look at some of the scenes. There's actually some beautiful cinematography in the Rise of the Skywalker. Like when Kylo Ren and Rey are like fighting each other in like that Force Skype thing they were doing when she's in the his base and he's down on the planet,
Oh
and just
yeah.
them fighting each other. Like you like one scene they're in Vader's base and like they turn and then they're like that's actually some beautiful imagery.
Yeah.
George Lucas would never do any shit like that. Like he just didn't have the capability to do anything like that. So I actually
Mm.
give him that. Like as far as like they'll say out of all the Star Wars movies, these new sequel movies are the most beautiful looking, well shot, well made, executed movies. Because let's just face it, Ryan Johnson and J.J. Abrams are better directors than George Lucas. George
Mm-hmm.
Lucas actually, even in his day, was kind of a mediocre director. It
Yeah.
was everything else he excelled at. His world building, that's what he excelled at.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's my whole thing with that. But like I said, we did a whole poll on people versus sequels. I'm not gonna do it here. We're out of time. We'll do it next week or week after next
I've been
or whenever.
watching Rebels. I started watching Rebels.
That's another thing we're gonna ask you about. Okay, I
Being
started watching Rebels because my Disney Plus subscription is about to run out. But while in the middle I'm running, did they make a Rebels reference in Rise of Skywalker? Like, is there a Rebels character?
I guess Kanan is in one of the voices
Oh, is it?
in
Okay.
that Ray hears at the end.
Okay, what
'Cause
I was referring to was like when they was in that cave with that sandworm or whatever,
oh
and they
yeah,
found the bones of some guy.
yeah.
Was that a guy on Rebels?
I don't know. I'm only in season 2 now, so I don't know.
I'm thinking I'm not even that far. I'm thinking it may be like a season one character.
Yeah, I don't remember. No, I don't think that guy. That guy had another name.
Okay,
But
maybe I'm completely
yeah.
thinking about something else. Whatever.
But I'm noticing shit like Kanan has like a Death Watch logo on his shoulder and shit, and they're. I mean, I just watched an episode today with Hondo from the Clone Wars, and yeah, I'm pretty into it. I never watched it before, but since I'm all like bedridden, got shit to do, I've been sitting around watching shit.
Oh, you got
So,
the bug, huh?
no, I got a fucked up hip, man. My leg and hip is all fucked up. I got like rear-ended like a couple weeks ago. So my
Oh,
leg,
damn.
yeah, my leg is all, yeah, it hurts just hurts. I'm just in pain all day, basically.
Oh, damn. Speedy recovery for Eli, everybody.
Yeah.
Let's keep it moving. Okay, so we got Jumanji, the next level. Number 4, Like a Boss, the Tiffany Haddish movie. Number 5, Just Mercy. Oh, Eli, I'm trying not to see this movie.
What's this
I'm trying to
now?
avoid this movie best I can.
What is this?
Just Mercy, the Michael B. Jordan movie.
Oh,
Yeah, because that's what
oh
Mom really wanted to see.
yeah.
She didn't want to see Star Wars. She's like, well, you know what? I got something to do. I'll check up with you later. What we got? Number 6, Little Women, which I feel like we're gonna talk about later on. Uh, Number 7, Underwater. I don't know what that is.
It's a horror
Uh,
movie.
you keep telling me about that, don't you?
I think it's the first time, huh? You mentioned it.
Okay, cool. I feel better about that. All right. Number 8, Frozen 2, still hanging in there. Knives Out, which we will also talk about later on. And number 10, Spies in Disguise, which is still hanging on in there. So yeah, that is the top 10. All the movies coming out right now. Like I said, January is kind of like a slow month. This is pretty much like the dumping ground for movies. So January is always going to be a slow month. February is beginning of the fiscal quarter, and that's when they start dumping like good movies or start making an effort at the end. But until then, we're just kind of just hanging in there. So let's see where we're gonna go next. Where we're gonna link to that. Anything you want to talk about before we move on?
Go to Oscars now or whatever.
You're gonna jump right to the Oscars. Let's not jump to the Oscars. That's a little bit too meaty. Let's go
Oh,
to something
okay.
a little bit. Well, it's gonna be meaty also. Let's talk about the Morbius trailer.
All right.
Let's just jump right into it. Okay, so the Morbius trailer dropped today. Now, for those, let's do a little background on who Morbius is. Like I said, there's comic book bullies, and then maybe some people just walking in and don't know what it is. So, Morbius was invented around the 70s in the comics, where horror comics were a thing. Werewolf by Night, Son of Satan. You can even say Ghost Rider. They were like where horror comics started popping out of nowhere. Brother Voodoo, who's actually Stan Lee creation, and Morbius was the same way. Not Morbius served two purposes. Not only was he like a horror comic type thing, but he's also followed the motif of Spider-Man villain, because that's what Morbius is. He's originally a Spider-Man villain. And if you know Spider-Man Rogues Gallery, they're mostly based off animals. Octopuses, scorpions, vultures, sand. You get the point, And, why not a bat? So, boom, there you go. You got a bat, Morbius. The thing about Morbius is that he's not like a traditional vampire like you've seen in every other movie. He's not like a Dracula or anything like that. He's actually like a scientific, man-made vampire. Where
He's
he made
the
like
living vampire.
the living vampire, exactly. So he's different. The rules that he follows don't follow other rules for vampire. And we'll talk about that in a second, because actually it's a very big point to him that happened in the comics. Now, a lot of people are introduced to Morbius on one thing. They know him from that 90s Spider-Man cartoon. That's pretty much the only thing they know who Morbius from. He was on there. He was on there for like a good about 10 episodes, stuff like that. He fought Spider-Man like all the time. Now, on that one, because it's a Saturday morning cartoon, he didn't drink blood. He had like suckers or something on the palm of his hands. And if he touched you, he would drain your plasma. Not blood, plasma. So, and that was his thing. So it was bloodless. You didn't get all he did when he grabbed you, you just got weak all of a sudden. That's all that happened. No, that's not the way in the comics. In the comics, he was a full fucking vampire. Sucked blood, all that shit.
Yeah. He just wasn't dead.
Right, he wasn't dead, but he did have like healing abilities. He could fly or some shit. They just kind of just did whatever they want to with Morbius. I never really gave a shit about him. But here's the thing about Morbius. Okay, so like I said, he was one of these horror creations back in the 70s and shit like that, like Werewolf by Night, like that. But in the 90s, because all the 90s is where comics ideas went to die. And they had this brilliant idea of taking all of their popular bad guys, or even so popular bad guys, and making them good guys. Like Venom. Like like Deadpool. Was a bad guy at first. Even shit like Juggernaut and Sabretooth joined the X-Men. Like, what the fuck, And they even decided to do it with Morbius also. They decided to make Morbius, instead of like just this bad guy that just fought Spider-Man all the time, want to turn everybody into vampires, shit like that. Like to make him a conflicted dude and make him good. So he actually joined, like, what was that team? What was the team? The Sons of Midnight?
The Midnight Suns.
Yeah, Midnight Suns. What was Sons of Midnight? I think that's a TV show.
That was my shit. The Midnight Sun. That whole Ghost Rider, Midnight Sun,
and Johnny Blaze. They were two different people, because Johnny Blaze had this like shotgun that he could shoot hellfire from and shit like that. I was like, okay, that's fucking badass.
Yeah, he wasn't Ghost Rider anymore. It was Danny Ketch. And,
right.
And and Johnny Blaze was still like working for the circus, but then he had some hellfire powers. But,
he had like a shotgun that shot hellfire. Why they changed that shit, I have no idea, because that shit was fucking awesome.
That's when Johnny Blaze was badass. He was riding like a chopper, and he had like a ponytail and leather. He was like a biker.
Right. He was so 90s.
Yeah, he was a biker. He had a shotgun, double barrel shotgun, shooting hellfire, joining up with Blade.
Which they actually made a nod to in the Ghost Rider movie.
Yeah.
As much as people hate that movie, when he saw that, I was like, yeah, that's Johnny Blaze from the comics.
Yeah, but I had all that shit. They gave Morbius his own series. The Blade, and even the Punisher was part of it too for a while.
Doctor Strange, I think he was part of it also. I think like he was like their Professor X type guy, or Nick Fury type guy.
They fought that where they fought Lilith. She was taking over the world and shit. I remember. Yeah, that was like the shit I was into.
That shit was awesome as hell. I was just reading that stuff like, this shit's fucking awesome, So, but like I said, Morbius was always just there. To me, he was always the D-list villain, only thing was D-list villain. The most notable thing he's ever done in the comics, and I don't care what you say, everybody always agrees this one thing, and you talked about Blade, right? Is his interaction with Blade. Now, let's rewind this a little second ago. Now, we just talked about Blade. Now, everybody knows Blade was a nice movie, stuff like that.
Damien Hellstorm
that movie,
and shit.
Yeah, that movie was way more popular than Marvel expected it to be.
Mhm.
But the thing was, the way Wesley Snipes made that character, he was pretty much nothing like the Blade from the comics.
No.
Blade from the comics had those stupid ass goggles and wore like this, bell bottoms and shit.
He
They
looked like
never
Jimi
updated
Hendrix.
Yeah, basically that's what he looked like. So everybody's reading the comics, they want Blade to look like that, and Blade, he didn't even have the powers like that. He didn't even have powers. Only power he had was that he couldn't get turned into a vampire if he got bit. That was it. But all that other shit that Wesley Snipes was doing, that wasn't a thing.
Mhm.
So the Marvel was like, well, we need to go make him like that. But what do we do? Okay, so all they did is just take Morbius, have him bite him. Because like I said, Blade is supposed to be immune from vampires, but Morbius is not a regular vampire. So when he bit Blade, that's when Blade went from whatever the fuck he was in the 70s to the Daywalker. All of a sudden, he got all those same powers, but none of the weaknesses, just like Wesley Snipes in the movie. And that's what it was.
Yeah.
But now there's been so many retcons and shit like that. Marvel pins like none of that shit ever happened. Now they're saying Blade has been immortal since like the fucking 1920s and shit. He's always been like that, or some bullshit with like that. Marvel does what the fuck they want to. But that's the only notable thing Morbius has ever done. Oh, matter of fact, in the first Blade movie, there's a Morbius Easter egg.
Oh yeah.
I can break it down. And I didn't realize this till I saw something wrong. Oh, so okay. At the very end of the movie, after Blade beats the shit out of Deacon Frost and tells them motherfuckers always want to ice skate uphill, all this shit like that.
Mhm.
So the base blows up shit like that. He's with that fine ass black chick still like that. He looks at the sun, but if you look at the sun, when he looks up, there is a figure, a silhouette of a man, like way far in the distance, staring back at him. So according to the director of the movie, he said that was Morbius.
Oh, okay.
But they didn't know. But at the time, they didn't know they didn't have the rights to Morbius, so they couldn't follow up with it. No, but they
Okay.
saying if they were going to eventually reveal that was going to be Morbius.
Who is
So.
it that popped up in Blade 3? What was the fuck? One of the Midnight Sun
Okay,
characters.
so are you talking about Ryan Reynolds?
What was his name? What was his
Ryan
name?
Reynolds' name was Hannibal King.
Yeah, that dude. Yeah. He
Yeah.
was
So
part of that.
No, was he part of Midnight Sun?
Yeah, he was in the Midnight Suns.
Okay, because he was part of the Tomb of Dracula original comic back in the 70s where Blade came from. Like, Hannibal King was actually the star of the book.
Mhm.
Blade was just actually like a backup dude.
Yeah.
So, have we talked about Blade 3?
No, because that movie sucks.
Okay, but there's a reason it sucked. There was some. We got too much shit. We will talk about Blade 3 later on. I can't talk about Blade 3.
Because of Goyer. Fuck it. Who cares?
Yeah, Blade 3 is a whole thing. It's a whole thing. The story behind Blade 3 is way more fascinating than the actual movie. All right, what are we talking about? The movie.
Morbius, the trailer.
Yeah, all this other bullshit. We had to say all this shit to get to Morbius to let you get. Like I said, we're not doing our job. We're not doing our due diligence. We don't tell you what the fuck a Morbius is.
Yeah.
So, Eli, give it to me. What'd you think about the trailer?
That looked all right.
That's what I thought. Everybody else is losing their shit. I'm just like,
Looks all right.
vampire movie.
He's a vampire. I don't know who he's fighting. If he ain't fighting Spider-Man or anybody cool, why should I give a shit?
Exactly.
Because he's like an okay character. He's like in the like you said, back like in the 90s, they made him like Ghost Rider, I believe, said if you don't start if you don't start drinking the blood of criminals, I'm gonna come and like suck your soul or whatever.
Right, so he had to do right.
So
right.
Okay, I'll only drink the blood of criminals because you don't spill the blood of innocents or some shit. That's what Ghost Rider told him. So
Right.
then Morbius got his own series and he became like a good vampire.
I mean, as good as a vampire could be.
Yeah, he only drinks bad blood.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm like, who's he gonna fight? I mean, what's he gonna do? Okay, it shows an origin, so we see how he becomes the living vampire. But who's he fighting? Just random hoods? I don't know.
I guess so, because he doesn't have a bad guy. Like Venom had Carnage, or Riot or whatever the fuck that guy was.
Yeah.
Morbius doesn't have a guy.
Yeah, I mean, he was just fighting. Yeah, he fought demons and shit. He fought Lilith and all those motherfuckers. Which they don't have. I mean,
okay,
as far as I know.
Let's talk about why this movie even exists to begin with. There's a specific reason why this movie even exists. Nobody asked for this shit, even though it's probably gonna make a shit ton of money anyway. But nobody was just like, oh, we just gotta have a Morbius movie. Like, no, we don't. The reason this movie exists is because of the Sony deal.
Yeah.
Now, don't let this Marvel Cinematic Universe, Spider-Man, Tom Holland shit fool you. Don't let it distract you. Stay woke. Sony's deal is still in place where they have to crank out a Spider-Man movie, I think like every 7 years, or they lose the rights.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: those Tom Holland Spider-Man movies don't count.
Yeah.
So they got to keep cranking out Venom and Morbius and all shit like that. Matter of fact, I don't even think Spider-Verse counts.
Oh,
Like
really?
I think it's got to be live action.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Shit.
So that's why they cranking out Venom. And the reason we're getting a Morbius movie is because you fuckheads 2 years ago made Venom a smash hit all over the world.
Yeah.
So Sony had, smelling themselves thinking like, oh, well, lightning will strike twice with us. We just keep cranking out bad guy movies and just keep the rights and make money, Because if Morbius is a hit, guess what's coming next? Craven the Hunter. You already know this. They got this
That
shit
actually
playing like
sounds
a
interesting. I would watch that. I would watch.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. What would Craven the Hunter do without Spider-Man?
Yeah,
Homeboy can't have
true.
Spider-Man. That's what I'm saying. It's like they're missing a crucial point of what makes them them.
Yeah,
He's gonna be just fighting just random hoods and shit like that, and it's just like, I don't know. Because the thing is, like, that's the reason you haven't seen, like, you've seen pretty much every Spider-Man villain you can think of except Craven the Hunter, and it's because Sony has been saving him for a movie like forever.
Yeah.
Like the last 10, 12 years or shit like that. Hell, Ryan Coogler wanted him to be the bad guy in the Black Panther movie.
Oh, really? Yeah.
But yeah, he wanted him. He was like, I want Black Panther to fight Craven Hunter because Craven Hunter in the comics is a Black Panther villain also. But he's like, no, Sony owns him. You can't use him. I'm like, oh shit. So why don't you just buy him?
They couldn't trade. They couldn't trade each other like James Gunn did with Deadpool or whatever.
If they wanted to, I'm pretty sure they could have got Craven.
James Gunn traded Negasonic for Ego or something
Ego,
like that.
Yeah. Like how they pulled that deal off, I have no idea. But like I said, it's Fox. They were struggling.
Yeah.
So yeah, they get deals that they want. Because the thing, James Gunn wrote himself in the corner because he wrote that whole script not knowing he didn't have Ego. So, but yeah, that's my whole thing. So Morbius, mad trailer, another vampire movie. Everybody losing this shit. I still don't see what the big deal is about Jared Leto. Everybody's going crazy. Maybe here, what the fuck? Suicide Squad? Yeah. They did him so dirty. This is change. Look, let's change this narrative. Look, they did not do him dirty. He sucked in the movie. He is the worst fucking Joker ever. So let's stop pretending like we owe him anything. He fucking sucked. That's the reason he's playing some no-name shit vampire, and fucking Joaquin Phoenix got fucking 32 Oscar nominations up his ass.
Yeah, well,
we'll talk about that later.
They didn't just well, the thing with Sue is they didn't give him anything to do. That's what fucking.
So what they gave him, he sucked.
We're not gonna go there. Fuck that.
Okay.
I got so much other shit to bitch about Suicide Squad.
Exactly. I want you to save that hatred for later on when we talk about something specific.
Okay.
Let the hate flow through.
Yeah, by that time my meds will wear off. I'll be in pain, so I'll be really.
We can just speed this up. I need you as high as a kite when you talk about this shit. So now, another thing about Morbius. Now, that honestly, Eli, there was only two things that I think the only reason people are actually talking about this trailer. I think without these two things, nobody would give a shit about the trailer. They just would have just wrote it off as just another generic vampire movie. But one, that poster in the background when Morbius was walking, poster of Spider-Man in the back.
Oh yeah, I saw
and it
that.
had murderer on it.
Mm-hmm.
And was it me or was that the poster from the Spider-Man PS4 game?
Was it? I don't know.
I
don't remember the
poster from the PS4 game.
I don't remember the poster for the game.
Well, not the poster, but like those load screens.
Okay.
It looked like one of those load screens, like straight out of like they just took that shit and just boom, just threw it in the movie.
Okay. Yeah,
so,
I don't remember.
But the thing is, if they got murder and they're trying to tie it to the MCU, why isn't he wearing the Tom Holland MCU Spider-Man uniform? Why is he wearing the Sam Raimi Spider-Man uniform?
I didn't look at it that hard.
I broke this shit down, Eli. I framed this shit frame by frame. Skip. Not only that, but at the very end, what's up, Doc? You got Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, everybody's flipping out. Oh, it's part of the MCU. Because that's what people care. They're assuming it's part of the MCU. Now, I got into it with Gomer earlier today. He's saying, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm wrong. Gomer, I'm never wrong. Remember that. Now, back to what we're talking about. he's saying, well, I said, now I think Sony is fooling us into thinking it's a part of MCU because that deal is still in place. We still got to crank out these movies to do the MCU, and I'm thinking all this shit is a misdirect. All that Spider-Man is a murderer. That's not tied into the MCU because if it was, that we have the Tom Holland actual suit in there. But Sony can't put the MCU Spider-Man in there. They can't even have Tom Holland in these movies. That's part of the deal that they have. And Michael Keaton at the end of the movie, he never said his name was Adrian Toomes. He never said his name was the Vulture. Yes, he was wearing the same exact outfit he was wearing at the end of the end
But
credit scene.
ain't the Holland he fulfilled his contract, right?
No. You know he got one more movie. He got one more movie on his contract.
Oh, really? Okay.
But that's for the he did. He fulfilled his contract. You're right. But you're right. They might have signed another. No, because they remember they extended because they got a third movie coming out.
Okay.
So technically that's the last movie. Now after that, actually Eli, you bring a good point. Maybe they did work some shit out. I don't know.
Looks like you got to eat another hamburger.
I'm gonna do a taco this time. Taco Tuesday. So, but like I said, at the end we have Agent Toomes, aka the Vulture, or is he? They may want us to think it's the Vulture, but it may not be the Vulture. He makes you walk around. He be like, "Well, what's your name?" Oh,
Birdman.
Yeah, I'm Birdman. I'm Batman. Think about it. It's Batman and the Joker in a movie together.
Yeah.
And so we don't know where they're gonna go with this. So I think all this thing is a misdirect. Sony still didn't have the rights to put all this stuff in these movies, but they put in just enough in there to get people talking. So people are already talking.
Well, that's the only thing that interests me about the fucking trailer.
Exactly. That's the whole point.
I was like,
Because that's the thing.
I was like, oh, Vulture, cool.
Yeah, sticking Michael Keaton at the end of your trailer, regardless of who he's playing, just added another $200 million easily to this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it may or may not be connected to MCU. So now you got all these fan theories popping up. Oh, what does that mean? Are we going to get Blade versus Morbius or Werewolf by Night or The Living Mummy? Or calm the fuck down, man. We don't know what the fuck they're going to do in these movies. I don't think anything's going to be connected to it. I don't even think I even went on the IMDb page to see what is Michael Keaton's name in the movie. Unlisted. So there is no proof. I digged into this shit, Eli. I did my homework. So there is no proof anywhere as of right now that Michael Keaton is playing the Vulture. Now, if it's revealed later on and we get confirmation from the director, yes, he's playing the Vulture, I'll eat my words or something. But as of right now, there is no confirmation on any of this stuff right now. So I think all of this is misdirect for Sony to make you think that this shit is in the MCU. And it's not. And so that's my thing about the movie. So you all basically you all took the bait. All of you. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run them up. So
Well, thanks for pissing on all our oatmeals.
that's what I do. That's what I'm here for. I gotta bring you all back down to reality. So yeah, moving past that. Now can we talk about the Oscars?
Sure.
Okay. So like I said, was that the big thing, or was it something else we were gonna talk about?
I thought you said the Oscar. It's on the banner.
Yeah. We'll talk about the Oscar. Okay. So yeah, we'll talk about the Oscars. They announced the Oscars early today, and we wake up and the movie with the most Oscar nominations this year is the Joker.
Woohoo.
Or Joker. Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
We did it.
Okay.
We can celebrate, Eli. We can relax now. The hard work is done. So yeah, like I said, it is the comic book movie with the most Oscar nominations of all time. It actually broke Black Panther's record by a good mile. I think Black Panther had 7, so not a good mile, so it's 3 more, but still, that's still pretty impressive. Does Joker need all those nominations? Fuck no. I really don't think it needs a best picture nomination, like best picture. Like no. I will say this: Joaquin Phoenix, I do think he is a shoe-in. I think he's an easy shoe-in. It's a layup for him to get best actor.
Yeah, well, he won the Golden Globes.
Yeah, so
that's
he
usually
that. Yeah.
That's usually the precursor for whoever wins the Golden Globe usually gets the Oscar. So
yeah, unless something else happens, because I think he's pretty much going to run away with it. I don't really see anybody else on there. But here's the thing, Eli, let me look at the list. Okay, I'm gonna call out best leading actors on there. So you got, like I said, Joaquin Phoenix, Antonio Banderas for Pain and Glory, Leonardo DiCaprio. Leo's always a shoe-in.
Okay, yeah.
My mom's favorite new actor, Adam Driver.
Oh,
Yep.
what's that for?
Not Star Wars.
Oh, not the. Is that Marriage Story or
Marriage
whatever?
Story. It's on
Yeah.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
No, no.
I'm scared to see it, be honest with you. I'm going to tell you why I'm scared to see it. I'm scared to see it because they say this movie is like depressing as fuck. They say it's like two married couples and the whole movie is about their marriage falling apart. I'm like, do I really want to sit through that? I don't know.
That sounds shitty.
Yeah. It's fun when you're our age, you think about this shit like, I don't know if I want to sit through something like that. That's damn near a horror movie. And Jonathan Pryce, the two popes. So yeah. So who was your favorite in Eli?
Well, the only one I think I
Because you've
saw
seen more movies than I have.
was Joker. Oh, I saw Leo and Leo did a good job in Once Upon a Time. I will
Okay.
say
So
that.
who would you give it to? Between those two, like I said.
I give it to Joaquin. I mean, that was a good performance. But Leo did good too, though. So I'm just saying.
Leo always does good.
Yeah, I think Leo. I don't know, man. I might lean towards Leo, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm a little biased because I like that movie better. But Joaquin did a good job. But Leo did a good job too.
There can be only one.
Yeah, fuck it. It's a comic book podcast. I'll give it to Joker. Yeah.
So you won't upset both of our fans.
Yeah.
And for adapted screenplay, check this out. So Joker also got nominated for that. Jojo Rabbit with Taika Waititi.
Yeah.
So he's nominated for an Oscar.
Okay.
Little Women, which we were talking about. So we'll talk about Little Women in a second. Don't ask me why. The Two Popes. What the fuck is this movie?
I don't know. It's about popes, I guess.
I guess. I'm scared to watch that movie too. And The Irishman. Okay, Eli, you got to give it to me. Which one had the better screenplay? Irishman or Joker?
Oh, The Irishman.
Okay. I'm not gonna go through the whole list, but like I said, Joker also got nominated for original song. Now, this is where I'm gonna get upset. This is where I'm gonna get triggered. Not the original song, but original score. Let's see, feature animated film. Let me go to it. Oh yeah, Obama got nominated for Oscar.
Obama.
Yeah.
What'd he do?
What the fuck did he do? Let me see if I can find it. Yeah. Okay, documentary feature. There is a documentary. Basically, they had a Netflix documentary about him called American Factory. So all the movies in that list is American Factory, The Cave, Edge of Democracy, Forest Sama, and Honeyland. Whatever the fuck that is. But American Factory, I think, is the documentary based on him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so, Corpus Christi, supporting actor, Joe Pesci. Okay, Eli, I want to know what you think about this one then. Okay, supporting actor on this one. So we got Tom Hanks for A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
Supporting, really?
Yes.
He's not the main star. I didn't see that movie, so I don't know.
I didn't see it, so I don't know what you think he'd be the main guy. But yeah,
it's about him, right? I
don't know. But you got Anthony Hopkins in The Two Popes. They really love that movie for some reason.
Haven't seen it.
Al Pacino in The Irishman.
Okay.
And Joe Pesci in The Irishman.
Okay, yeah, that was good.
And Brad Pitt in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I'd go with Pesci. I mean, just seeing those guys act old, like really old, was pretty cool. That's what I would go with.
Okay, like I said, I haven't seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but between those two, I got to give it to Pacino.
Yeah, Pacino was good too.
Pacino stole that movie.
He did. Yeah, I mean, it's more about him. But for supporting, I mean, that's another. Why is he a supporting role? It should be more about. He should be for actor, I think.
Who, Pacino?
Yeah, he should be best actor.
But he didn't show up till an hour in the movie.
Yeah, but that movie's like 4 hours long.
That's true, but still.
But I just think there's
another
side.
In the last hour either.
Joe Pesci. That was another side of Joe Pesci. We never say. We always see Joe Pesci yelling and screaming and motherfucker, punk, piece of shit, cocksucker. He didn't do that in this movie. He was all laid. This was laid back Joe. This was quiet Joe Pesci. So I like that. So
old and middle out Joe Pesci. I agree with you on that one. I still give it to Pacino. Pacino just stole that movie.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that's a good. That was good.
Okay,
yeah.
Here's where I'm going to get triggered. Well, one of the times I'm going to get triggered. Original score. Now, I'm not going to let you call it. I'm going to call this out myself. So we got the Joker got nominated for original score.
What is that? How does that score go? What is the Joker's theme? Sounds like a
So-
cat.
That's basically what it sounds. But you know what? It fit the mood. It fit the atmosphere of the movie. So honestly, I have no problem with the Joker winning. You know, we're getting nominated for best score. Getting nominated for best score. You know. Oh, what else we have? Little Women. What the fuck? Okay. We'll come back to that in a second. I still have a score up with that. Marriage Story. What the fuck? Eli, we might have to watch that movie.
Awesome. Do a commentary.
I don't know, man. I'm scared to do commentary on that, man. We might need therapy after that shit. I don't know. The score at 1917.
Okay, still haven't seen
Yep.
that.
Yep. And this one you have seen, Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker.
That got best score.
Yeah.
Why is that getting best score? That fucking thing. That score is like 40 years old.
I know. Maybe that's why he just used all his greatest hits. You
What
know?
the fuck?
It's a John Williams mixtape. You know? But Eli, I feel like a movie got snubbed.
Oh yeah.
You know what movie I think I got snubbed? You already know what movie I think I
For
snubbed.
best score,
But best score?
Rocket Man.
No, but yeah. Now that you I haven't seen Rocket Man, but you just would assume that it would win best score. But no, not that one. Actually, Rocket Man didn't win and didn't get nominated for anything.
Oh, that sucked because it got
People are pissed about that.
it won some Golden Globes. That's weird. Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't get nominated for anything.
I think that dude won for the guy who played him, Elton John. The guy who played Elton John won for Golden.
Edger,
Taron, Edgerton or whatever.
Yes, yeah, Cumberbund,
Hmm.
yeah, whatever the guy's name is. That guy, yeah, yeah, but he ain't nominated for shit. So yeah, I think because the last movie, Queen came out last year, they didn't want to do a redo, so they just didn't give him anything.
Been there, honored that. Yeah.
Yeah, like we've done our part time, so yeah, that's it. You get one freebie. So that's it for that. No, the movie I think that got snubbed was Avengers Endgame.
For score?
Yes, for score. I think the movie got snubbed for score.
But that score is like 10 years old too, isn't it?
I mean, better than 40, like with John Williams. Okay. But here's the thing. Okay, so the musical composer of Avengers Endgame, and I looked this up, is Alan Silvestri. Like I said, he's done some classic movies, Back to the Future, all kind of other crazy shit also. But for this one, yes, he did take some of the old Avengers themes that he did back in 2012, which I think Avengers should have won back then also.
I guess that dun 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 dun
Yep.
that last
Everybody remembers that. That sticks in your head, you know. When they're coming out the portal and shit like that, it sticks in your head. You just play that and you would instantly think of that scene.
Yeah, dun dun, and then assemble, and then back to the old one.
Come on, Eli, that's some epic shit, man.
Sure, why not?
Okay. Anyway, I said I was gonna get triggered. Anyway, I tell you this though. Here's the ones I think Joker are gonna win. Shoe in for it easily. Well, actually, may not be easily. Okay, Joaquin Phoenix gonna win it easily, and I would have said cinematography.
Yeah, that what's it up against though?
1917.
Okay, and I heard that one's like it's one of those one take movies.
Yeah. So I mean, it was until 1917 came out. They were like, that's it.
Yeah. What else is it up against?
I mean, it's like 11 fucking movies. Oh, you mean like for
yeah.
movie, I mean?
Trying to think of what I'll like for cinematography.
I'm looking for it right now. Let me see. Okay, cinematography. Okay. I got. Oh. You gonna like this one? You gonna like this one? Okay. So cinematography. You got The Irishman. Okay. I wouldn't. Yeah. Okay.
It was on TV. I don't get.
Right. Joker, like I said, The Lighthouse. I didn't know that came out.
I didn't see that yet.
Everybody keeps talking about it. Everybody's saying like that's the movie that proves he's Batman. I'm like, that movie? Like, okay. 1917, like we were saying, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Okay, but even that. Okay, I can see that, but yeah, okay, that nominated, yeah.
Nominated. Yeah. Okay. Now, time for me to get triggered again. Okay. So, and here's a weird one. Supporting actress.
Supporting actress.
Supporting actress.
Okay.
Okay. So we got Kathy Bates and Richard Jewell, whatever. I think you told me what that movie is, and I forgot. Laura Dern for Marriage Story.
We haven't seen it.
Scarlett Johansson for Jojo Rabbit, even though she was in Marriage Story, but they're like, fuck that. Florence Pugh for Little Women, and Margaret Robbie for Bombshell. Actually, no, this is not the one that's gonna trigger me. That wasn't the one. It was lead actress. Where is that one? Not supporting. I don't really give a fuck about this. Where is it? Lead actress. Okay, let's go back. Now I'm gonna get triggered. Okay. So lead actress. I don't give a fuck about supporting. I give a fuck about lead. So lead actress is Cynthia Erivo in Harriet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Remember my Harriet review?
Yeah, you didn't like that, did you?
I didn't like that movie at all. I'll talk about that in a second. Scarlett Johansson for Marriage Story.
Okay.
Yeah. Saoirse Ronan for Little Women. Yeah, I guess. Charlize Theron for Bombshell. I need to go see Bombshell. I keep hearing good things about this movie. It's that Fox News
Yeah.
shit. And Renee Zellweger for Judy. Okay. Now, here's my problem, Eli. Okay. We talked about this in January back in 2019, who I thought was going to be a shoe-in for lead actress for the Oscars. Who I thought, well, no, actually, who I thought was going to get the best performance was not going to get nominated. And that was Lupita Nyong'o in Us. Now, Us was not the best movie of all time. I thought it was thought it was worse than Get Out. However, I do think that Lupita carried that movie. Her performance carried that movie all the way through it. And I thought that easily she would have got nominated for something on there. But I already knew she wasn't because there's no agenda to the movie. And guess who got nominated? The lead actress, Harriet Tubman. So, of course, you know I'm going to get pissed about the Eli. The only black actress that got nominated was for a slave movie.
Mm-hmm.
Harriet, the only black movie that got nominated. So I'm like, come on, man. Really? That's what you're going to do? Now, I'm not going to go this whole Oscar so white or Oscar so penisy and, tirade the Twitter's on right now. I'm just saying it's just another one of those snubs. That's all. I feel like Lupita got snubbed. I feel like Alan Silvestri got snubbed. And he's, white as snow. I also feel like your boy got snubbed. Adam Sandler.
Oh yeah, he didn't get stuck. He did, yeah. That was was that Oscar worthy though? I saw it's a good movie. I'm just saying, is it Oscar worthy though? I don't know. Sure, why not?
Are any of these other movies Oscar worthy?
Well,
I mean, we've named some movies that I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't see Jojo. I hear Jojo Rabbit's good.
Yeah, I'm hearing things about it also.
What's all for Best Picture? I've seen more, and that's the weird thing is I've seen a lot of the ones that are nominated for Best Picture.
Oh, I ain't even nominated. Okay, I ain't even called out Best Picture yet. Okay, Best Picture. Here's the Best Picture movies. And like I said, we're not saying that. What's the name? Gemini, Uncut Gems. I'm not saying it should be nominated for Best Picture, but here's the Best Picture movies. You got Ford vs Ferrari. I want to see that.
Oh yeah,
The Irishman.
The Irishman.
Jojo
okay.
Rabbit. Joker.
Yeah.
Little Women.
Yeah.
Marriage Story. 1917. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And Parasite.
Okay.
Now, Parasite, I think, is a foreign film.
Yeah, I've seen that. I saw
Is
like
it
I
on
saw
Netflix?
like I saw it. No, it's not yet. It's still out in the theaters, I think. No, I saw about half of those then.
Okay.
I haven't seen.
And you know what? Honestly, Eli, I would have liked for My Name is Dolomite to get something, but I
Yeah.
don't know what he could have won.
Yeah, since I mean, since that it sounds like Netflix is trying to trying to legitimize themselves, like with Marriage Story and The Irishman.
I mean, but like you said, this is not the first time they went. Didn't they have a movie win Best Picture?
Or nominated Roma a couple years ago.
I thought it won.
It didn't win, but it was
Okay.
nominated.
Oh, it was just nominated. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So that's my whole thing. And a lot of people getting pissed off because look, you can't get too pissed off because there's not enough women getting nominated or not enough people of color getting nominated, stuff like that. Look who's voting. This is expected. So don't get too upset about this stuff. That's the thing. We get too upset about not being invited to the table. Make your own fucking table.
Yeah. Taiki Waititi, like he ain't white. He's
right.
Like indigenous. He's from New Zealand, indigenous to New Zealand. And what's it? The Parasite. That's from Korea, South Korea.
Hell, 1917. Sam Mendes isn't white.
Yeah. Like it's not enough women, I guess, but Little Women. I mean, I don't know.
Who? Let me see who.
I saw some shit about Hustlers wasn't nominated. Hustlers wasn't that.
It's
good.
a fucking stripper movie. That wasn't gonna get nominated.
It wasn't that good. I saw Hustlers. It was alright.
So you didn't see Hustlers? I was gonna see it, but I didn't get a chance to see it.
It was
alright. I'm gonna see
alright.
who got nominated for a little bit.
It's better than I thought it was gonna be, but I didn't think it's like wowed me. Like, oh, so J-Lo needs an Oscar for this. No, she don't. She ain't doing anything she hasn't done before. Running around in a whore outfit that she's
Right.
done in all the music videos and all the same shit.
Like she did on In Living Color.
Yeah, she hasn't. Yeah, hasn't done anything new in that movie. You know, that movie's eyed. You know.
Okay. So I'm trying to see Greta Gerwig because I'm saying because people were getting pissed about
The
oh,
Little
man,
Women. Yeah, I hear that.
yeah,
Yeah,
because the movie got nominated for Best Picture,
but
but
she didn't.
she didn't get nominated for
For
Best Director.
director. Yeah.
Yeah. Eh,
Um.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
Now,
know.
like I said, I didn't see Little Women. I don't plan on seeing Little Women.
Yeah, it's just,
But
and that's just another. How many times has that movie been made?
right,
You know?
that's another thing. Like it's been made over and over and over again. So
What,
maybe
just
it
because
is
it's
the best
modern
movie of all
times,
time.
there's a car in it this time. It's supposed to wow us this time. I don't know.
I don't know. It's just game, but at the same time, like people shouldn't get upset over this stuff like that. You know who's voting for the Oscars, so don't get upset when you see stuff like that. You know,
Yeah.
I wish Avengers Endgame got more nominations.
Yeah, I thought this was the comic book Oscar year.
No, Eli. We've been down this road before. We've been down this road before. Disney strong arm them last year.
Well, like every time people bitch, the very next year they hook those people up. You know, they said Oscar so white. Next year, boom, Moonlight or Moonrise or whatever, the Moon movie, the Black
Right.
Moon movie wins. You know what I mean?
Weird. Then in the movie the year after that, somebody fucked a fish and they won. You
Yeah,
know.
and then fucking yeah, this time, this all this comic book movies aren't cinema. Oh, everyone's bitching. Well, okay, half these motherfuckers are the reason why we still exist. We better get these motherfuckers to watch the Oscars. So let's fucking nominate Joker.
Right. Give them all the awards.
Give
Like
all the
Joker.
awards so these fucking kids will watch this shit. Will all of a sudden give a fuck about this Oscar shit. So that's what this is for. Next year it will be all women. Nothing but women next year.
Nothing but women.
So
Little women, big women, small women.
yeah.
So yeah, that's the thing about the Oscars. It comes out in February. Well, Eli, I have no reason to watch it. I don't really give a shit if Joker wins.
Nah.
I mean, if it does, I mean, I was rooting for Black Panther last year. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, you're gonna nominate Black Panther all these 7 awards shit like that.
What won
I'll
last
watch
year,
it.
anyways? I don't even remember. I don't even really watch the Oscars either.
I
You know.
don't, but I watched it that year because I root for the Black Panther just
Yeah.
see what win. But I like if they don't win, whatever. But it did win 3. Joker, I don't give a shit. If it wins, it's cool.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'll just now unless they have some kind of like wacky ass comedian like Ricky Gervais did last week with the Golden Globes, maybe I'll watch. But until then, fuck them.
Yeah.
Win what you want to win. I'll watch Soul Train when they come out. So, oh shit, what's next on the agenda? I think we had it. You want to talk about New Mutants? Should we talk about New Mutants?
Oh, I guess. Sure.
I guess New Mutants came out. It was a thing. Yeah. Didn't look as bad as I thought it was gonna look.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that more than Morbius, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I am too. I'm actually excited for the movie.
Yeah.
That's just me. I actually did
and that's another thing. People are saying about, and they had a whole thing about it also is tied to the MCU, so like that. But that blurb that they put out there that said it was tied to MCU, it got deleted the next day.
Yeah,
so,
that it's not.
It's
No,
not. Or it may be.
Yeah, it was supposed
It's like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Inhuman were tied to the MCU. That's how New Mutants is.
Yeah, they're not doing shit. They didn't even do reshoots.
They didn't even do reshoot. But Eli, if that movie becomes a sleeper hit out of nowhere and makes Marvel a shitload of money, they may walk back these comments.
Yeah.
But if it, just does mediocre shit like that,
And it doesn't have to be. Just let it be what it is.
No, but it does. Eli, that's what we just talked about with Morbius. Like up until the last 2 seconds of the Morbius trailer, no one gave a shit. Then the last 2 seconds, people gave a shit. So the same thing with New Mutants. When that blurb came out, people all of a sudden got excited about New Mutants. Oh, they're interested in mutants. Oh, how are we gonna do that? Now the blurb got deleted. They're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, that no one gave a fuck about this movie anyways. Everyone wrote this movie off fucking couple years ago.
Yeah, because Marvel themselves are trying to kill the movie off.
Yeah, I mean that's why there was rumors of reshoots but they never got. I mean, the only reason why they didn't do any reshoots is because half the cast is on Game of Thrones and Stranger Things, and they could never get them all back together. So it kept getting delayed and delayed, and then the Fox Disney deal went through, and they said, well, fuck it, with that, we're not going to release this because of that, and blah 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 blah, and it just got okay. Well, New Mutants kept getting delayed, so it must suck, and that's basically what went down the grapevine, and You know, so now they're like, well, fuck it, we got this movie. You know, fuck spending more money. Let's just put it out.
Right. No, that way we have to
Yeah.
worry about release the whatever cut down the road.
Yeah.
You know, just put the shit out.
I mean, dude moved on. I mean, he's doing The Stand, I think, for the Stephen King Stand movie now, or TV show, or whatever it's going on. I mean, they all moved on. But,
Yeah, so just put the shit out there, you know, and I'm glad we're getting the original version as the director intended.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
yeah, I
Good
actually
or bad, I don't care.
I
I'm fine
actually
with
shot a fucking reaction video to it that morning. It dropped and broke down the trailer and everything.
it. I must have missed that. Did you post it?
I did not. By the time, because I was running errands, by the time I got back home and shit, everyone was bitching about it, and I was like, I don't care anymore.
You lost interest just that quick.
I just like, fuck it. By the time I get this,
Like, why do we have to kill your love for this shit?
yeah, by the time I upload it all and edit it and all that shit, it's gonna be like, nighttime, and there's already 1,000 reaction videos, and people were bitching, and I was like, I don't care. So.
I mean, so far, like I said, it looked good. Now, could I bitch about, Cecilia Reyes looking nothing like she does in the comics, or Sunspot, Roboto the cops looking nothing like coming? I could bitch about that, but I'm not.
I could bitch about the questionable native heritage of Danny Moonstar.
We went through this last year, Eli. You said she passed. You said she had papers.
I guess, yeah, that's what I did some digging, and it turns out she probably is.
See, you the only reason I was trying to get excited for this movie. I was like, okay, they whitewashed Sunspot, they whitewashed Cecilia Reyes. Well, at least they got Danny Moonstar. Okay, at least they got her right.
Yeah.
Now you're saying that's questionable.
Yeah, that's questionable too. But from what I understand, I guess her family got adopted out, which is why she wasn't raised. She was raised in Cali or whatever.
Okay.
And so, but I found an article an interview with her where she is going back to the res and speaking to the youth and trying to reconnect, which is at least a step.
Yeah.
But she's been basically raised outside of her, her traditions. So, and that's a big thing for natives. If you know who your family is, where you're from, that's a big deal. She, I guess, didn't. So that's why there's all these questions about it.
I mean, I don't hold it against her.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, like, what the hell? I mean, at least she's making an effort and trying to reconnect. Yes, there was a bunch of other native actresses who could have fucking played played Danny Moonstar, and that could have got the job too.
Yeah.
We would have liked to have seen, instead of who the fuck is this chick all of a sudden. You know what I mean?
Eli, you got to take what you can get sometimes.
Yeah. So
you can't be in the desert, get water, and then complain because of no ice in it.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm like, okay, I guess she is. So I guess. So
they
sure.
gave us a light skinned Storm with Halle Berry. Some shit you just got to just go with it.
Yeah.
So now if they do it a third time, we have problems, Marvel.
Yeah, at least she ain't Asian. That's all I'm saying.
Scarlett Johansson, right?
Yeah.
All right, move past that. Because here's the thing. So, watch this segue. So, New Mutant's supposed to be Marvel's first horror movie, right? But there was supposed to be another one, but then like it's going to happen because of Doctor Strange.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Doctor Strange, Method of Madness, Multiverse of Madness, whatever the fuck it is. Okay, because the director, Scott Derrickson, is no longer directing because of, what did they call it? I forgot.
Creative differences.
Creative differences, what they have. So, he has parted ways with Marvel. Nobody knows why. Like I said, we got this covered. I think it has all the answers, so they're just making up some bullshit about what happened. But we can slowly guess what might have happened. Mm-hmm. Is that he may have been looking for a strong horror angle, and Kevin Feige wouldn't have any shit.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that's what might have happened. So
they neutered him, and it's like, nah, man, I like my dick. So fuck this, I'm out.
You really think he stood his ground? You think that's what happened?
I'm sure that's probably what it was. It's like, I want to do this, and they're like, no. So okay, later. I mean, that's what happens. That's what keeps happening.
I'm just saying, you saying like he stood his ground, like either this stays Kevin Feige or I go. I don't think that happened. I was like, please, Kevin Feige. Yeah, I said, what the fuck you want? No, get the fuck out of here. I think that's what happened.
Oh, well, whatever. Either way, he wanted to do something. They didn't want to let him.
That's what happened. Yeah. So I think this is going to be just,
you know,
standard Marvel movie number
yep,
574. It's not going to have any teeth to it,
yeah,
you know.
it'll be
And they're
what
going
it
to
is.
hire a director that are really known, because that's what they do. They hire no-name directors to crank this shit out.
Yeah,
And that's the thing. I don't understand why Marvel does that, because when they hire good directors, well-established directors, they get good movies.
yeah,
When you hire no-name directors, you get Thor the Dark World. You
yeah.
get Captain Marvel. So all this shit goes hand in hand. So I don't know why Marvel keeps doing this shit. Scott Derrickson, he was like a good horror director.
Yeah. Sinister. He made. Didn't he make one of those Hellraiser sequels too?
And that's your wheelhouse. I
Yeah,
don't know.
he's made some shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, on a recent viewing of Doctor Strange,
Hmm.
like, it's not that bad. Well,
It's
I mean,
still Iron Man on acid.
I mean, it's fine. It's cool.
It had nice visuals. I give that. It
Yeah,
had nice.
yeah. It's a kung fu movie on acid. Yeah. It's like,
I'll give you that. Yeah.
yeah,
So, but that's my whole thing. So I think he wanted to take it a step further, like really do some crazy shit. But Kevin Feige like, no, this is what it's gonna be, and that's the thing, Eli. I don't. Like I said, Marvel's moving into a newer direction. Like for instance, like the Black Widow trailer just dropped tonight. I felt nothing.
There's a new one.
It's a new one, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Taskmaster's more in it. He's got the shield, throwing it like Captain America and shit like that.
Oh.
I'm just like, okay.
It's
Like
female
Marvel.
Captain America.
Now, like I said, that's another bit I have going on with Gomer. So he taco on that if it's not, if she, if it's not a she, So yeah, that's the thing. It makes me wonder about the direction Marvel is headed. Because, like I said, we don't have Robert Downey Jr. anymore. We don't have Chris Evans anymore. So who do we have to look forward to? Natalie Portman. Captain Marvel 2. The Eternals. What the fuck is Eternal?
We said this last year when they announced this shit, or last summer.
Yeah,
Like,
it's making me worry, Eli.
When Marvel announced that, the announcement of their next lineup, I'm like, okay, I don't really care about anything. Okay, Master of Kung Fu, sure, I'll check that out. That
Okay,
sounds kind of
now,
cool.
Mask Kung Fu.
Blade. Do I really give a shit about a new Blade movie that's not going to be rated R?
Not if it's not connected to Morbius.
Or just rated R. I mean, my favorite Blade movie. I mean, Blade 2 is one of the dopest movies ever.
Right, because it had all that,
Yeah.
blood and gore and shit in it,
Yeah. And I can't get excited about an MCU Blade movie because I know it's going to be neutered.
Exactly. Not even occur. Mother flippers when I get uphill. Like, what the fuck is the mother flipper?
Yeah.
Mother Hubbard, All right, but what was that movie? Mask Kung Fu, Shang-Chi, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know how close this is, but something about that movie I've heard has piqued my interest. I'm hearing it's gonna be like Marvel's version remake of Enter the Dragon.
And that sounds cool.
Yeah, it's basically because that's all the comic was. Basically, Shang-Chi was a spy.
Was Bruce Lee. He was Bruce Lee. That's what they call him, the House of Ideas. Shit. They're just, hey, what are the kids into? Well, let's do that. The kids like Kung Fu. Kids like Bruce Lee. Well, here's Shang-Chi. Oh, they like Rambo. Here's the Punisher. Oh, they're into monsters. Here's the Hulk. Here's Man-Thing. Here's
that's what they do. That's what
here's the Fantastic Four.
Hey, let's make a vampire. Morbius.
Yeah, there you go. It's the comics code. Oh, well, he's not dead. He's living.
He's undead.
But
what I'm saying, they got to be an interesting idea because they're saying he's going to be in a fighting tournament. Like the Kumite or some shit like that. I don't know how true this is. Take it with a grain of salt, but they're saying he's gonna be like in a fighting tournament. The Mandarin, just like that old dude in Enter the Dragon, is gonna be running human trafficking and drugs and guns and shit like that. He's supposed to be uncovering it.
But just a big budget kung fu movie sounds awesome to me.
Yeah, but here's the thing: if you're gonna have a fighting tournament, Kumite, that means you can have like no name, like D-list martial art, Marvel characters just shoehorn in there. You can bring back Batroc.
Yeah.
Or
there you go.
guys like of that level. Just throw them in there as cameos and people just freak out. Oh, I remember him from such and such. He was on Marvel's Capcom. He was on the animated. Just flip out for some shit like that. You just do shit. And people get excited over it.
Yeah, I mean that's what Enter the Dragon was, a big budget Hollywood kung fu movie.
Yeah, that's all it was.
They dumped a bunch of money into kung fu. Yeah, they dumped a bunch of money into a kung fu flick, and that's why it's a classic. And this can be that again. with Disney
Although
money.
that when you really watch the movie, you could tell they really didn't have faith in Bruce Lee. They had
No.
all these other folks around him.
Yeah.
Like, what was that old dude from Nightmare on Elm Street?
No,
He
John
don't know karate.
Saxon. Yeah.
John Saxon. Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't know karate.
No, he didn't. He's just in there because they needed a white guy.
You gotta have a white guy.
Yeah, they didn't want to scare everybody away, so they had to
Right.
throw a white guy in.
And you had Jim Kelly. Now,
Yeah,
Jim Kelly's
and then
awesome.
Jim Kelly, and you had that
Grandmaster Jim Kelly.
because that was the American audience for kung fu at the time. Was the inner city, everybody was. I mean, because kung fu movies were playing the grindhouse, seedy inner city theaters and shit. So yeah, you had the black neighborhoods, the lower income minority neighborhoods, loving all this shit, loving the kung fu craze, and that was a way to suck. That was their demographic. Well, let's throw Jim Kelly in it, So
He already had a name around the time.
And
Black Jones.
And now I don't give two shits about Mulan, but this is why I'm excited about Shang-Chi, because I saw the Mulan trailer, and that has a lot of cool visuals of like old school, like 90s Hong Kong shit, And I was like, oh wow, if they do this shit with Shang-Chi, then Shang-Chi could be dope, as a kung fu fan.
So now
I
they
like
just
it.
have it like where the second team is running to get some no-name director,
Yeah.
to do this shit,
Yeah, if they got
You're right. It better look like some grindhouse old 70s kung fu, all that shit.
And just make the court get good choreo, get Wu Ping again, get some wire work again and shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
We haven't seen wire work in a while.
That's the thing. It needs to break away. Marvel needs to break away from that formula they have.
Yeah.
Like when you look at a movie, you can tell it's Marvel. Like Black Widow, you can tell it's a Marvel movie. Matter of fact, my mom saw that's another thing about that Star Wars. Not blaming Star Wars, but it was fucking 25 minutes worth of trailer.
Yeah, that's a long motherfucker.
Started.
Yeah, I remember that.
I'm watching like, what the fuck, man? But Black Widow came on. Like, my mom has no idea who Black Widow is. So when the movie came on, she was like halfway kind of interested. You don't know it's a superhero movie because she's wearing her Black Widow outfit, but you don't know it's a superhero movie. It's just like tactical armor, whatever like that. But once the fat dude shows up with the Captain America and Russian outfit, that's when she checked out. She's like, nope, I'm out.
Oh, this shit.
Because that's when it turned into a comic book movie. She's like, nah, I don't give a fuck about this movie now. But that's the thing. These movies got to really break up the form. They got it. Marvel has to get to the point where they have to do what DC is doing now.
Yeah.
Because DC is they're giving their directors free reign. Yeah. Like Shazam was a Shazam movie. Shazam doesn't look like Joker. None of these movies look like Aquaman. Aquaman are like, let's do Lord of the Rings on the Sea. Mm-hmm. Okay, boom, there you go. Every movie has their own visual style. And that's what Marvel needs to start doing going forward. Yes, Robert Downey Jr. carried your ass. He's gone now. You have to find something else to keep people interested in and give these directors more style. Hire more directors with a voice or art style of their own, like Scott Derrickson did. That's going to get some no-name yes man.
Taika Waititi. Look what happened to Ragnarok.
Exactly. Yeah. Hell, look what he did with that one episode of the Mandalorian.
Of the Mandalorian.
Right. Like, even if you don't know the movie, you could that's him. He wrote this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm worried, Eli. They had me worried.
Yeah.
We'll see. Moving on. Can we move on to the video game section now?
Sure.
Okay, let's move. It's just real quick. Sony has announced officially the PlayStation 5 is coming out. They announced the logo, and everybody's freaking out with the logo because the logo doesn't look any different from what it's looked like for the last 20 years. Like, why would you expect it to be anything different? Yes, PS5. That's it. It's coming out this holiday season, just like the Xbox is coming out this holiday season. So save your money. I'm hearing all kind of rumors, stuff like that. I think they actually came out and said like the Xbox, whatever it's going to be called, won't have any exclusives the first year. So whatever game they come out with will be playable on the other Xbox games also. It just won't look as good as the other ones will. PlayStation really haven't announced any like definitive things yet, or they have. I think it's going to have like Blu-ray or some bullshit like that. But all these other rumors that people are making up, like it's going to be able to play every single game ever, backwards compatibility all the way back to 1998, don't believe any of this shit. Everybody's freaking out over there thinking it's going to be that. It's going to make you pancakes in the morning and kiss your bed, and Xbox going to get a blowjob and all this shit like that. Don't believe any of that stuff until you actually get official confirmation. Now, Sony is not going to make E3 this year. They're going to have their own separate press conference. We'll see what go. But Xbox, they're going to blow it all out. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens with that. So let me say, we can move on to the next part of the podcast.
Sure.
I'm keeping the video game section short now to make sure shit happens. So this is the since we're the comic book bullies, this is the part we actually talk about the comic books. Comic books came out, and we're gonna jump into this bad boy and kind of go from there. So I guess we're gonna start with the X books first.
Sure.
Yeah, I only read one. I'm not reading all the other bullshit. There's the only one that matters. Uh, for those that don't know, like I said, it's like 15 million X books out right now. The best X book out right now is X Force. I'm doing a Wakanda Forever sign right now. That's X Force. So this is X Force number 5, and basically what happened in the last issue is that one of their like drug, the pharmaceutical bases got ambushed by some terrorists. So Wolverine and Quentin Quire, Kid Omega, they go to try to find out what the hell's going on. But when they get there, their portal was rigged for explosives, and they blow up. So half of Wolverine is in California at that pharmaceutical base, and the other half of Wolverine is back in Krakoa. Same thing with Quentin Quire. His body is in Krakoa, but his head is in California. So yeah, he's dead. And what do we got here? Okay, so but the thing is, then the bad guy's about to shoot Wolverine. They're like, he's chopped in half. Obviously, if he ain't dead now, he's gonna die. So just leave him and do whatever. Domino was about to go through the portal with them, but when she saw the shit blows up, she's stuck in Krakoa. So she's trying to find an alternate route to get there. So she's trying to get in contact with Gateway to kind of like teleport her there. Now, while these terrorists are still just ransacking this place and stealing every Krakoan thing they can find, all of a sudden they get stabbed in the chest by Wolverine. Even though half of Wolverine's body has been blown off, he crawled to them to kill them. So the other two guys that were there, they're like, I told you should have shot him when you had a chance. Shoot the fuck out of him now. So they just shot Wolverine, just shot him until he stopped moving. The top half of him just stopped shooting, so he just stopped stabbing the shit out of them. Domino finally makes it over there. She makes it there. Gateway makes it there, and your boy Forge makes it there.
Oh,
so
yeah?
he's there. Yeah. So he's there. He's carrying the bottom half of Wolverine in his left hand. Like he has some kind of like mech suit or some shit, but it's like a Corolla tree mech suit or some shit. It's Forge. He does weird shit. He takes the bottom half of Wolverine, takes the top half of Wolverine, smash them together. He's like, okay, now heal. Give you a chance. When you heal, you start fighting everybody else. So Domino is just going fucking nuts. Cause remember, these the same guys from the first issue that tortured her, cut half her skin off, something like that. So she's just chopping motherfuckers at left and right. She don't care. She's just going fucking nuts. And Beast is on comms telling her, because the rule in Krakoa is that mutants are not allowed to kill humans. That's the cardinal rule. Unless you're X-Force. X-Force has a license to kill. But Beast is telling Domino, we need these motherfuckers alive so we can question them. Stop killing these people. Every time I send the X-Force on a mission, y'all kill everybody and don't bring anybody back. So bring them back. Domino's like, I don't care. I'm killing everybody. And then she gets down to the last person, and Beast is like, Domino, I'm warning you. You better not do it. And then they cut to the end, and Domino brings the guy back so Beast can interrogate her. And she and Wolverine is finally healed, or like healing, and they have a beer in the sunset. The end.
Okay.
Yeah. So exciting book. I love X-Force.
Okay.
Hickman is not the writer of this. Some dude named Benjamin Percy. I think, did it get reviewed by Comic Cast? I think.
I didn't listen to them.
Okay, never mind.
Not the new one. I didn't listen.
Shout out to Comic Cast. I mean, one of those other issues. I mean, one of those other episodes. It's like that. Yeah, awesome book. I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5. Just action. Wolverine. I don't really like it when Wolverine is just unkillable. Like I like him because I'm cool with him being killed because they can regrow him anyway. But when he gets chopped in half, filled with 2 AKs or whatever the fuck they were shooting with before, and he's still up chopping people in half with half a body. I don't know if that's awesome. It's just like, okay, you're going a little bit too far. So, but yeah, 4.5 out of 5.
All right, cool. I guess I'll go with what? Ghost Rider number 4?
Cool.
So basically, Johnny Blaze is looking for Mephisto, who's been in prison in Las Vegas. He goes there to basically take him back to hell because demons are running around acting a fool. Danny Ketch no longer has the spirit of vengeance. He goes to Limbo and fights that Belasco dude. Is that his name, Belasco? I can't.
You got me.
Yeah, another demon dude. I think Belasco gives him like the power, like not the spirit of vengeance, but like another sort of another power. like the power of whatever he has, the spirit of corruption or something. So
Okay.
Danny Ketch becomes like a big giant knight guy with a fucking sword and shit. But meanwhile, in Las Vegas, all the demons are coming, trying to get Mephisto and shit, and him and Wong, Ghost Rider and Wong, are fighting them all off.
Okay.
And then they fucking the Johnny Blaze like, okay, I gotta take Mephisto and take him back to hell, and Wong is like, no man, I can't let you. So fucking Ghost Rider does the penance stare on Wong. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh shit! You
Yeah,
can't.
on Wong. I'm like, what the fuck did Wong do?
One probably got all kind of bodies buried everywhere. Just chilling.
And he goes insane and goes, like, oh shit. So Wong's done some dirt.
Okay.
So that's pretty much the story. 4 out of 5. It was fun. I'm digging this Ghost Rider run. So yeah,
Cool. Okay. Shoot. You want to do Batman? Or should I do Batman?
you can do Batman.
Okay. I mean, Batman's kind of your wheelhouse, but okay. So this is Batman, and the reason the reason I'm doing Batman, because like I said, I usually don't boo Batman, but the reason I'm doing Batman because Tom King's run has ended.
Mm-hmm.
Long live the new king of Batman, James Tynion. Am I saying it right?
The 4th
The fourth. You
Esquire.
gotta put the fourth on there. So this is a new era of Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, in this decade we've had Scott Snyder, Tom King, and now, it's a new decade. So
Yeah.
James Tynion. Here we go. I think we safe for that. So the book pretty much starts off with Batman just kind of just reminiscing on Alfred. So yeah, they're sticking to this. Alfred is dead.
Alfred's still dead.
He's dead. He's supposed to be at some kind of Wayne Foundation charity fund, stuff like that, but he's not there. He has Selena Kyle going instead, so she's like, mingling and hobnobbing with the socialites, stuff like that. Meanwhile, running comms, because Alfred's supposed to be his comms guy, his guy in the chair. So Batman has a new guy in the chair. His guy in the chair is Lucius Fox.
Mm-hmm.
Running point for him. So he's out there, and apparently there's this I don't know, not party, but get together. Not get together.
Like a fundraiser.
No, not them. Like the bad guys.
Oh, the bad guys. Yeah, they're kind of.
Yeah, they got a
meeting.
a meeting or whatever like
Yeah.
that. Okay, so you got, and this was Cheshire's in the book. Cheshire, that's so in the book. Okay, I haven't seen Cheshire in forever. She's there. You got these other two.
Malcolm Merlin's there.
Malcolm Merlin's there. What's the guy named Dr. Teeth? Or some shit?
Something Smiles or something. I forget.
I don't know what the fuck his name is. Some guy named Gunsmith, some random yoo-hoo, whatever like that. And they're all brought there by Slade Wilson, who is back to being a full-blown villain again, even though he just had his own comic book run where he was a good guy or whatever. So Slade Wilson brought them together for whatever reason. I don't even know why he brought them together. I don't even know if he said it or if he said it. I forgot. Anyway, he brought all these guys together like, we're going to do this thing, and we're going to do this thing, whatever like that. Lucius Fox let him know because they finally Batman tracks him down, knows where he's going. He uses his X-ray vision. Now, of course, he has X-ray vision. He's got his mask using X-ray vision and heat sensors and shit like that. He sees all 5 of them, but he doesn't attack them. He tells Lucius, bring out the night climber or some shit. So he's got these smoke bombs called, what is the Shadow Bringer or something?
His new.
He got all kind of like
that thing that makes everyone see his shadow or whatever.
Yeah, I can't remember. Shadowcaster. That was called
something.
Shadowcaster.
Little bombs. Yeah.
Yeah. So he throws these balls out. All they do is just broadcast his shadow on the wall, so he can scare the shit out of criminals, so they can like run away or do a move, so he can kind of see where the fuck they're going. So he throws this shit out. They all run away and shit like that. But while he's doing that, he throws a line on Slade and pulls him out of the building. And the blade the line is so thick that blade can't cut out of it because he got this like insanely sharp sword that he can't cut out of it with. Meanwhile, all the other criminals are running scared and shit like that, but they're running into a trap exactly where Batman wants them to go. So he's already thought like 5 steps ahead of how to beat all these guys anyway. He's beat all these guys. Only one left is Slade Wilson. Slade's just like, so you put a line over the even I can't cut. I priced it, but it was a little too expensive for me. But we all know you can afford it. So they start fighting, and he punched him in the face like that. Yeah, I heard Bane beat your ass and shit like that. He like, Batman's like, shut the fuck up, let's fight. So Catwoman's doing some other bullshit. She fights a guy, and I don't know what the fuck ever. Anyway, we come back to Batman, and he beats Slade, even though he's kind of fucked up himself. A batarang is in Slade's like eye patch, and he's got all kind of arrows in his shit. Like, damn, man, Batman, what the fuck you do with him? And he was like, Alfred, I need evac. And Luke's like, Alfred's not here. Like, my fault. You can tell he's feeling sad and shit like that, and then the book ends. So it kind of feels like a one shot, but Tiny and Tinian, what the fuck his name is, he's planting seeds. You can tell he's planting small seeds into where his run is gonna go. But it wasn't like Court of Owls. He just threw like a bunch of shit at you. And just like, here's the start of my epic run, or like what Tom King did. This is just, it almost feels like a one shot.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's how I feel. But how'd you feel about it?
No, I liked it. It seems like it's a new beginning. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I think it's he's not totally shitting on Tom King's run. Like I said, Alfred's still alive. Or I mean,
Mm-hmm.
still dead. I mean, you know what I mean?
I mean, that's the if I was writing Batman, I would want to do something new. Having Alfred dead is something new.
Yeah, and like I'm
It
saying,
gives you a chance to do something that somebody else hasn't done.
they're not totally shitting on Tom King's run. It's just like that's still in. They didn't retcon anything. You know what I mean?
Because
Cat,
we all know Alfred is eventually going to come back.
yeah,
But let
Catwoman
this
and
ride out for a while.
yeah, Catwoman and Batman are still like an item, kind of. That's from Tom King's run. So I like the fact that he's still keeping with what happened in Tom King's run, but still this is a new beginning. This is, Batman's by himself. He's got to learn this new, learn to work together again. And, you know, James Tinian did this on his detective run where he had the Bat family was like a big part of that. The family
Mm-hmm.
element was a big part of that run. So I'm curious to see where this is going to go, especially with
Yeah, because Tom King
yeah
wasn't really too big on the family.
yeah it was all about yeah. But no, I liked it. I thought it was cool, and I'm excited. Because I haven't read Batman in a couple of months. I haven't read the
Yeah.
last few issues. I didn't
Now let
care.
me ask you this: Is not Titty? Like I said, I'm not too familiar with his Batman storyline. I know he's read Batman before. Is he always into gadgets like this?
Uh,
Because I don't remember other like I said, Snyder and King weren't like really too much to the gadgets like that. Like he had gadgets, but this dude is like gadget porn with what he was.
I I don't he did the detective run, so they all
Mhm.
had their different powers and different abilities and stuff. I don't
Yeah.
remember too much. I mean, there was, I guess, a little bit of that. But yeah, I get what you're saying. There was a lot of detail. That seemed like Scott Snydery to me. Like when he did this whole,
Snyder never really went into detail with the gadgets
yeah,
like
I know
that.
not so much the gadgets, but the little tiny like action details. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Snyder was obsessed with the city. He was obsessed with Gotham for some reason.
Yeah,
Like he would just know a street, and he would just go like in this real long detail about that street. Like, why are you talking about this street so much?
yeah. Where you really had to follow, like, okay, he shot his grappling hook, and then the grappling hook hooked on this thing, and then the line tripped this guy, and then while at the same time he flew over here and hit that guy. There was all those little tiny Scott Snyder yelling. That's what that reminded me of. That whole gadget thing with the shadows and shit. Um,
Yeah.
but
I'm saying this is some new shit. I'm just trying to get a feel for him. So, like I said, we're in a new era. We're in a new era now. So I'm trying to get a feel for this new tiny era or whatever.
yeah, I think he's just trying to get away from the King run. The King run
Hmm.
was more reflective. You know what I mean? It was all
He
about
made Batman human or normal, I guess.
yeah. I mean, it was more about him reflecting on shit. Like even like the war of joke and riddles, there was hardly any war. It was basically him just narrating what happened.
Like the
You
internal
know,
war,
yeah. It's just about him reflecting on the
Like
war.
King was big on trauma, basically.
Yeah, he was big on like the personal side of things, the personal
Hmm.
effects of everything. This is like no, this is all action.
Yeah.
Batman's kicking ass again. Yeah, throw out some gadgets, throw out all these awesome fucking hitmen from all over the world. Let's get things going. This to me sounds like no, Tom King is done. I'm taking this shit over. Batman's cool again. That's what this felt like.
Yeah. Now the Hitman thing, why do you have to be a one shot? I want to see where that story was going. He could have. Well, like I said, we already know he planted seeds, so it's going to be more. This is not the end of what we just heard.
Yeah, yeah,
But I kind of I would if he'd have set that up and it would have been like a 6 arc issue storyline, I would have been on board. Oh, you got Cheshire and Dr. Teeth. Okay, maybe not Dr. Teeth, but some of
Mm-hmm.
those other guys. See, maybe some cooler bad guys, and I would have been fine with that.
Yeah.
So,
No.
I don't know. What do you give it?
I give it a 4 out of 5. I liked it.
I give it 4 out of 5 too. It was a strong start. It was a strong start.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
in, get out. Just
Yeah.
let you know this is where we're going with the
Yeah.
story.
Art's cool.
Yeah.
The story was fine. It was just like more action. Batman out of the game. I mean, he's still dealing with trauma and still dealing with horror. There were those moments where he called Lucius Alfred.
Right, but it was subdued. It was subtle. Like
Yeah.
the trauma is there,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like Tom King 2 issues about his trauma about Alfred.
Yeah.
But it's still fucking with him.
Or a 3-page conversation about it.
Right,
It's
just
like
with himself.
A couple panels. I'm not Alfred.
Right, that's all it took.
Yeah.
He was on a mission in the mode. He said Alfred. Lucy like, I'm not Alfred. He like, oh shit.
Yeah,
Like,
sorry.
so that tells you everything you need to know. He's not over it.
Yeah, we didn't have to. He's not milking it.
Right.
He just kept it going, kept things moving, which is what I liked.
Yeah. So all right, that's all I got.
All right.
For this one.
I guess I'll do Immortal Hulk number 29.
Okay, yeah, because he's fighting Shimu in this one, right?
He fights a bunch of fucking So Roxxon, the Minotaur, is they find out that the Hulk no longer needs to can come out in the daytime now.
Okay.
So that like, oh shit, because of all the personalities, Banner and all their Hulk personalities came to an understanding. Now he can come out during the day. And the Hulk has been sort of rallying up the people against Roxxon, making the people. He's a hero of the underclass, making people stand up to corporate corruption. Roxxon ain't having it, so okay, we're gonna do an attack. We're gonna lure the Hulk into a trap by staging this giant monster fight in the city in Arizona. So that's what happens. That's essentially what it's a build up towards that. And at the end of the book, this big giant ass monster shows up, and the Hulk is like, "Okay, it's a trap. Yeah, we know, but let's go do it." And we'll see the fight next issue.
Cool. Okay, but the fight was a big woolly mammoth looking motherfucker, right?
No, it was like a Hydra dragon kaiju thing.
Oh shit! So Shimu didn't show up?
Is that who that is? That Yeti looking thing?
Yes. Okay. Let me the backstory of that. Okay. So Shimu is the original Hulk.
Okay.
He predates the Hulk. Yeah, like Jack Kirby and Stan Lee, that was the original version of the Hulk. He was an alien, super strong, shit like that, and they called him Shimu the Hulk or some shit like that. Predates Banner by, I don't know, 3-5 years, some shit like that. And then it's like, let's rework this idea. Let's do the Incredible Hulk, But anyway, he's the first Hulk.
Okay.
So I don't know if they called him Hulk in there, whatever like that.
Well,
but
he was
this,
in the last issue where what's his face? The Minotaur goes to an island, and there's there's that big giant woolly mammoth kind of thing.
Okay, cool. He was from outer space and all this shit.
I don't know where I never saw him before. I was like, that ain't the Wendigo. I didn't recognize him. What the fuck is that guy?
Yeah, he pops up every now and then. Normally they usually say he's stronger than the Hulk, but anyway, he shows up every now and then. But yeah.
But this was like a giant 3-headed monster kaiju beast in the city.
Okay, well, that's something completely different. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll figure what that is. Shoot. Oh, slaps on it.
Oh, 4 out of 5. It's Immortal Hulk. It's like my favorite book right now. So.
It won like a shitload of Comic Cast awards when I watched the episodes. So, yeah. Okay, now the last book I have is Star number 1.
Okay.
Okay. And now you probably don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Remember that cover about this Supergirl looking chick with the Marvel book?
No.
Okay. Okay. So anyway, it's a new Marvel book with apparently a new original character, but actually she's been around for a while. I don't know how long, but she's been around for a while because she has like a whole backstory of the shit she's doing. Basically, what she is a character that has the Reality Stone embedded in her.
Oh, okay.
So she can warp. She's a reality warper, basically. Okay. So the book starts off, but apparently something happened. She used to be a Captain Marvel bad guy. Captain Marvel or something punched a hole in her chest, thought she killed her, but it didn't kill her or something. So she's just in a bar. Like there's a bar. Okay, remember the Spider-Man game? You 100% that thing, right? Remember the bar with no name in the Spider-Man game?
Yeah.
That's where she's at. She's at right now just drinking. She said she has her own personal problem. She still has the reality stone built into her, but she didn't really know how to access the power of the reality stone for some reason. So she said drinking by herself. Titania, one of those big chick bad guys like that, like, you in my seat, get the fuck out of my seat. You're like, well, I'm not going anywhere. And then she tries to pull up like a reality power, like, make me stronger, like that. So Titania punches her outside of the building, and she's like, oh shit, I said make me stronger, but I meant to say make me tougher. She said the wrong thing, so she ended up getting hurt anyway. She's like, well, fuck it, I'm just gonna burn the whole fucking building down. So she was about to, say that shit, because basically anything she says happens. She's about to say, burn the building down. Before she can say it, a dude in a coat in the back of the alley smacks in the back of the head with 2x4 and drags in a warehouse. Uh-oh. So she wakes up, who knows how long later, she wakes up and she sees Loki. Loki was the dude in the alleyway that beat the shit out of her. And he was like, yeah, I can't get that. I know you got a reality stone stuck in you, so don't worry, I'm going to get the reality stone out of you because I'm actually helping you out. And in doing so, I might help out the rest of the universe also. So he tries to pull the reality stone out of her, but he can't do it. She's like, fuck, okay, I don't know what's going on here. And she's just like, you know what? I want to be released. She's released. Loki, burn on fire. And Loki just disintegrates. And she just walks out the room. But Loki, the real Loki, was actually behind the corner. There was like a hologram clone simulation, whatever the fuck he was like that. He just did this shit to see what she'd do. So when she left, Loki's like, okay, yeah, she's going to be a problem. Maybe I should tell somebody. So you already know Loki's scheming, so he's going to be an issue later on. So she obviously knows somebody is hunting her down and trying to attack her. So she goes to the private detective to help her out. And the private detective she goes to Jessica Jones. But since she's a Captain Marvel villain, Jessica Jones is best friend with Captain Marvel. Jessica Jones is like, no, why the fuck you walking here? I'm finna beat the shit out of you. So right before Jessica Jones can punch her, she's just like says something and throws spells on her like, no, you're going to help me. You're going to help me find the killer. You're going to do whatever I say. Okay? And Jessica Jones is like, right. So soon as Star gets ready to walk out the room, to tell Jessica Jones to come with her, Jessica Jones picks a paperweight off her table and smashes in the back of the head with it. She's like, okay, first off, you really don't know me because, if you knew me, mind control is a very, very sore subject with me. So you really shouldn't try this shit with me. So yeah, I'm going to help you out, but I'm going to beat your ass first. So she just starts kicking the shit out of her for no reason. And then before she could do that, she's about to throw like another spell at her, like, Jessica Jones, sit down. Boom. She just sits down. And before she could do some other shit, you're like, you going to pay for what you just did, Jessica Jones. Before she could do that, Scarlet Witch pops out of nowhere. Fucking nowhere. Just teleports. And she was like, Star, you have been fucking up. Big time. And the book ends. So I like it. The book in where I thought it was going to go. I thought it was going to be like a Supergirl ripoff or something like that, but it's actually nothing like that. I don't know why they sold it like that. It's basically a book about a reality warp. They can do whatever she wants to, but she don't really know how to access the power. So I thought it was pretty interesting. 3.5 out of 5. Not the worst thing. So.
All right, cool. All right, that's all I got. I'm done.
Really? That's it?
Yeah.
It's kind of a slow week. It is January.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No, we'll like I said, we'll probably have some bigger stuff happening later on down the road. If you listen this long, definitely like, share, subscribe to other podcasts. We have our sister podcast, Geek Sav. We also listen to Comic Cast. Check them out. Like I said, they did all the books we did, plus more books other than that. Talking Balls, they should be ending. Foosball is done. College anyway. Hoodoo TV. Get Valiant. Oh yeah, Bloodshot trailer dropped that nobody talked about.
Another one?
Yeah, another one.
Okay.
Well, actually, you know what? But I don't know if it was another one. Or I saw this GIF of like Vin Diesel like putting his body back there, like his bones blown off, shit like that, and he was reforming his bones or some shit. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, listen to Comic Cast. I'm not Comic Cast. They ain't gonna talk about this shit.
Get Valiant.
They'll talk about that shit. They'll talk about 2 hours about Bloodshot getting his bones grafted. I got excited for the wrong reason because I saw Vin Diesel. I'm thinking it was Fast and Furious 9. Then I saw Bloodshot, like, oh, fuck. What else we got? Instruments of Destruction. Listen to them. Pretty sure Transformers got some shit going on. I don't know. And next week we'll have some other shit. We don't know what we're gonna do. We'll figure it out. Maybe another crazy trailer will drop. And like I said, the 2020 is ramping up. We'll go from there. Until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We talk to you guys next week. Same bullet time, same bullet channel.
A Monday warrior, mean stride. Today's Tom Sawyer, mean pride. ever quiet defense, writing out the day's events. The river. What you say about his company is what you say about society. Catch the mist, catch the myth, catch the mystery, catch the drift. The world is love and life are deep. Maybe as the skies are wide. The day's time so he gets high on